According to Navy.mil, the Tomahawk Land Attack Missile (TLAM) is an all-weather long-range subsonic cruise missile used for deep land attack warfare, launched from U.S. Navy surface warships and U.S. Navy and United Kingdom Royal Navy submarines. Tomahawk cruise missiles are designed to fly at extremely low altitudes at high subsonic speeds and are piloted over an evasive route by several mission-tailored guidance systems. What sets the Tomahawk apart from other types of munitions is that combination of size, speed, distance, and trajectory. Traditional saturation bombing, in which hundreds of bombs are dropped from a plane, is powerful but not accurate. Saturation bombing also requires the use of a pilot and crew, which endangers personnel. Ballistic missiles like the Scud can travel greater distances at faster speeds, but require much bigger launching pads and a lot more fuel, meaning they can't be used as covertly. The Tomahawk is smaller and flies lower than other missiles, making them harder to detect and intercept. Initially, there were three types of Tomahawk missiles: an anti-ship one with conventional warheads, and two land attack versions with either nuclear or conventional warheads attached. Today, only the land attack conventional non-nuclear version is in use. Improvements have been made on the original design, and today's more accurate and more powerful versions are manufactured by Raytheon. It was designed and initially produced in the 1970s by General Dynamics as a medium to long-range, low-altitude missile that could be launched from a surface platform. The missile's modular design accommodates a wide variety of warhead, guidance, and range capabilities. At least 6 variants and multiple upgraded versions have been introduced since then, including air, sub, and ground-launched variants and conventional and nuclear-armed ones. As of 2019, only non-nuclear sea-launched variants assembled by Raytheon are currently in service. The U.S. Navy launched the BGM-109 Tomahawk project, hiring James H. Walker and a team of scientists at the Applied Physics Laboratory near Laurel, Maryland. Since then, it has been upgraded several times with guidance systems for precision navigation. In 1992 through 1994, McDonnell Douglas Corporation was the sole supplier of Tomahawk missiles and produced Block II and Block III Tomahawk missiles and remanufactured mini Tomahawks to Block III specifications. In 1994, Hughes outbid McDonnell Douglas Aerospace to become the sole supplier of Tomahawk missiles. It is now manufactured by Raytheon. The first operational use was in Operation Desert Storm 1991 with immense success. The missile has since been used successfully in several other conflicts. In 1995, the government of the United States and United Kingdom signed a foreign military sales agreement for the acquisition of 65 missiles, marking the first sale of the Tomahawk to a foreign country. In 2016, the U.S. Department of Defense purchased 149 Tomahawk Block IV missiles for $202.3 million. The Tomahawk was most recently used by the U.S. Navy against Syrian chemical weapons facilities when 66 were launched in the 2018 missile strikes against Syria. A major improvement to the Tomahawk is network-centric warfare capabilities, using data from multiple sensors, aircraft, UAVs, satellites, infantry soldiers, tanks, ships to find its target. It will also be able to send data from its sensors to these platforms. The missiles are approximately 21 feet long, weigh 1.5 tons, and can be launched from both traditional torpedo tubes and vertical launch tubes on modern submarines. Once the Tomahawk is in the air, the turbojet engine kicks in and its wings spread, allowing it to reach speeds of 500 miles per hour. Each missile is stored and launched from a pressurized canister that protects it during transportation and storage, and also serves as a launch tube. These canisters were racked in Armored Box Launchers (ABL), which were installed on the 4 reactive Iowa-class battleships USS Iowa, USS New Jersey, USS Missouri, and USS Wisconsin. The ABLs were also installed on 8 Spruance-class destroyers, the 4 Virginia-class cruisers, and the nuclear cruiser USS Long Beach. These canisters are also in vertical launching systems (VLS) in other surface ships, capsule launch system (CLS) in the later Los Angeles-class submarine and Virginia-class submarines, and in submarines' torpedo tubes. All ABL-equipped ships have been decommissioned. After achieving flight, the missile's wings are unfolded for lift. The air scoop is exposed and the turbofan engine is employed for cruise flight. Over water, the Tomahawk uses inertial guidance or GPS to follow a preset course. Once over land, the missile's guidance system is aided by terrain contour matching (TERCOM). Terminal guidance is provided by the Digital Scene Matching Area Correlation (DSMAC) system or GPS, producing a claimed circular error probable of about 10 meters. The Tomahawk weapon system consists of the Missile, Theater Mission Planning Center (TMPC), a float planning system, and either the Tomahawk Weapons Control System on surface ships or Combat Control System for submarines. The Tomahawk made its debut in live combat during the Persian Gulf War in 1991. On January 17, the USS Paul F. Foster launched the first Tomahawk missile, and nearly 300 additional missiles were launched from U.S. Navy ships and submarines in subsequent days of the conflict. The new weapon proved instrumental in bringing a swift end to the war. Production of the missile ramped up after that, and hundreds of Tomahawks were used throughout the 1990s. On December 16, 1998, 415 missiles were fired at Iraqi targets during Operation Desert Fox, after Saddam Hussein refused to abide by United Nations mandated inspections. Terrain contour matching (TERCOM) is a digital representation of an area of terrain and is mapped based on digital terrain elevation data or stereo imagery. This map is then inserted into a TLAM mission, which is then loaded onto the missile. When the missile is in flight, it compares the stored map data with radar altimeter data collected as the missile overflies the map. Based on comparison results, the missile's inertial navigation system is updated, and the missile corrects its course. TERCOM was based on, and was a significant improvement on, fingerprint, a technology developed in 1964 for the SLAM. Digital Scene Matching Area Correlation (DSMAC) is a digitized image of an area and is mapped and then inserted into a TLAM mission. During the flight, the missile will verify that the images that it has stored correlates with the image it sees below itself. Based on comparison results, the missile's inertial navigation system is updated and the missile corrects its course. In 1995, the U.S. agreed to sell 65 Tomahawks to the UK for torpedo launch from their nuclear attack submarines. The first missiles were acquired and test-fired in November 1998. All Royal Navy Fleet submarines are now Tomahawk-capable, including the Astute class. The Kosovo War in 1999 saw the Swiftshore-class HMS Splendid become the first British submarine to fire the Tomahawk in combat. The UK subsequently bought 20 more Block 3 to replenish stocks. The Royal Navy has since fired Tomahawks during the 2000s Afghanistan War, in Operation Telek as the British contribution to the 2003 Iraq War, and during Operation Elami in Libya in 2011. The Netherlands 2005 and Spain 2012 and 2005 were interested in acquiring the Tomahawk system, but the orders were later canceled in 2007 and 2009 respectively. In 2009, the Congressional Commission on the Strategic Posture of the United States stated that Japan would be concerned if the TLAM-N were retired, but the government of Japan has denied that it had expressed any such view. The SLCM version of the Popeye was developed by Israel after the U.S. Clinton administration refused an Israeli request in 2000 to purchase Tomahawk SCLMs because of International Missile Technology Control Regime proliferation rules. As of March 12, 2015, Poland has expressed interest in purchasing long-range Tomahawk missiles for its future submarines.